If you guys are listening to this video, that means you are probably like me and you have a lot to talk about after the Sonic movie. I'm going to snap really quick over to my post-theater reactions and a little fun bit that they have in some theaters going on. Check it out right now, and then we're going to get back into the spoiler discussion right after that. See you in a second. This is cool. So then you can like run on this.
I mean, this bed in my feet.
Yeah, that's true. My foot be kind of hurting too. We old now, dude. Fuck. Yeah, let's get it. Why not?
Well, and they technically shot for real.
Kind of.
It was a pure technicality, but they did.
They couldn't shoot a child on screen in a PG movie.
So they like the explosion.
Yeah, so it was an accident. He tried to stop it, you know. Stand and then run in place after the countdown. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotta go fast. So you said that 4, 3. Let's see if I can get to the top. Dang! Oh dang! This is so hard. Damn. You actually tried, man. Good God. It's hard to do because you're just like running in place. It's like you're kind of off center and it's like.
That sounds like exercise. I don't trust it.
Try it. No, Max, come on, you know you want to.
No, I want to go home and play a real Sonic.
Oh man, fine. See you guys. Peace out. Alright, you too. Let's get a picture of this. Alright. We gotta get a spoiler one after.
Oh yeah, this one. You don't see it, so.
Oh, we didn't even watch it. We love this movie so much. Oh no, now we gotta do stairs. Well, this is part 2 of our little Sonic excursion. That this will come out on Friday because spoilers. I don't want to drop any spoilers out on people. Maybe I'll post it on Thursday. I guess technically it comes out on Thursday, so we could post this on Thursday, right? Alright, let's talk spoilers. Maybe not too loudly in case anyone's gonna punch us on the way out. We're seeing this early. Okay, first thing, I gotta say, Knuckles carried this movie. Knuckles carried this movie, didn't he not? Yeah. It's kind of insane how good he was. Get the focus going.
Yeah, Keanu.
Oh, Keanu was great. But I was like, Idris Elba was like, yeah, you should get a nomination for something. I don't know for what, but it was so good. Yeah, as a character, he just really worked for this movie.
I mean, definitely movie of the year.
Yeah. We're gonna get out this way or some way. There we go. Yeah. And then who else? What else? Sheesh.
What do you think about Tails?
Tails is great. I mean, they utilized everyone well. I think there's like a real place of love that this comes from. I felt like they add enough to the story and then they at least do a good job enough of justifying why the story needs to be told to like new audiences.
Yeah.
Because the thing you gotta understand about this is a lot of people just don't know what this is, right? Yeah. It's like based on it enough and it like still like does enough of an original thing that doesn't feel like horribly awkward.
I mean, honestly, for real. Fans gonna hit, but
yeah, the Marvel fans are gonna clap no matter what. Whenever you bring back an old character, you know, obviously this is a fan favorite storyline, so it's like they had to do this well. I'm very curious to see how they do whatever they're doing with CD next, right? Because they brought Amy and Metal Sonic at the end. I already said spoilers, so I don't care if I say that right now, but yeah, I'm like, how do you up the stakes for that? I guess you gotta bring Shadow back to have them work together to be,
they showed that plan for it, then he's not.
You gotta go Metal Overlord, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Metal Overlord's the play. At least that's how I do it. Okay, so you're probably out of the movie too, and probably if you are like me at all, you're probably freaking out the whole time. It was an incredible experience. I'd say this is probably my top movie of the year. I had so much hype going in for this movie, and it lived up to almost every expectation. It was incredible. I guess we'll start from the beginning. You know, I think the dynamic between Sonic and his family is still like really well put and just like kept intact throughout this film. I like how they have basically really accepted the fact that this Sonic is an actual teenager. The one in the games, he feels a little older than he actually is in a lot of ways. I always felt that. But I think that with the way that they handle these plot lines, it's really necessary for Sonic to have a storyline and change as well. That said, because of that dynamic, Knuckles really gets to take place as his place as the older brother in the team dynamic, and that was really, really awesome to see. When it comes to tackling a story as big as Sonic Adventure 2, there's a lot of leeway and room to just like mess this up potentially, but I think as a whole, the story came from a place of real love that they had to like throw in. Obviously, Live and Learn, that was absolutely necessary. They even played it like almost straight up at the beginning. That first kick that Shadow does is basically Chaos Snap, and when he like kicks Silver in the head in 06, there's just so many great little references. I love when they jump out of the helicopter. Obviously, he does the quote directly from SA2. No in-flight or movies? I'm out of here, right? You know, classic line reads. And then on top of that, when they jump out of the helicopter, they go straight into the flight mode from Sonic Heroes. It was like insane to see. Of course, you get to the big fight. You have Shadow and Sonic's first confrontation, and it lives up to everything. They throw in all the Sonic, the Shadow references, basically by putting him on the motorcycle, giving him the gun, everything that you want to see. I think there's a plethora of fan service, but enough that they did on their own to really justify the film's existence. When I say that, I basically mean, like, is there somewhere for these characters to go, and some reason that people should watch this for the story on top of just, like, coming in back for references? Because you can easily bank on nostalgia, but there's got to be more going on, right? And I think that the biggest change for me that really worked for this film was effectively taking Sonic and making him be the reason and catalyst for Shadow's change. I know they kind of already did that with the second movie with how he changes Knuckles, but it makes the most sense here for this sort of storyline for that to be the case. You know, Knuckles and Tails really play supporting cast here. Of course, you have to balance this sort of story out a little more, and you can only really do that by having Shadow and Sonic be the main focal point of the story. Yeah. Nevertheless, they get to the ending. The last 30 minutes are absolutely insane, and I cannot wait to watch it again already. What happens with that final cutscene, right? You know, I think I was talking to a kid next to me at this press screening that I went to early, and was just thinking, what are they gonna do? Of course, our guess was, okay, it's got to be Amy for sure, almost guaranteed. And then he was saying, no, it's gonna be Metal Sonic. I was like, well, Metal Sonic, I don't know if he's as hyped as Shadow. And of course, they did both, and completely blew everyone out of the water at our screening. Everyone just screamed. It was insane feeling knowing that they're going to probably tackle a combination of CD and Heroes in the next film. There's no way that you can get around it. You have to do something like that storyline. And of course, I hope you stayed for the second post-credits scene. The bit of Shadow being alive. Of course, we all saw that coming. I hope they don't do this sort of amnesia plot arc that they did in Heroes and going into 05. You need to keep his memories in place and stuff like that for all that, but if they choose to go that route too, it's like, you know, doable. I think there's really good improvements in this thing overall. Some things that I felt were like strangely omitted were obviously Maria's sickness and everything, so she's just kind of there in the lab, and it does end up making Gerald look a little bit more just irresponsible for taking his granddaughter to work with him the whole time and having her live in there. There's not really a reason stated why she has to do that, so it was definitely a strange change, I think. The other point of difference is that Gerald really starts from a place of like love for being involved with the military, right? He's trying to help the military out because he wants an excuse to go and find a cure for Maria, but that gets thrown out the window as a result, and you have a little bit of more of a logical leap for the audience to take in order for us to like start to believe, thinking, and everything. That said, Jim Carrey turns in an absolutely stellar performance doing both roles. I really tried hard to find the seams and how they did the effects for that, but it just landed incredibly, and definitely worth the $12 million they paid Jim Carrey to do this role. Overall, an excellent film. I recommend it. I recommend re-seeing it. You know, this film had so much love poured into it, and it just feels like it came out at the right time, I think, for me and for a lot of people. A lot of 90s nostalgia thrown in there to top it off. Excellent work to all the performers who worked on this film. Thank you so much again to Allied Marketing for allowing us access to the early screening. We had a great time, and we can't wait to see what else comes out of this universe, because I, for one, am probably the most excited that I've ever been. I think this is probably my new top movie franchise. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you guys were able to chat a little bit. Let me know in the comments what your favorite moments were. I can't wait to read them and respond to you guys. I'll see you in the next one.